Top 5 most useless shit you learn in school. Number 5 is trigonometry. How many fucking triangles do you see out here? None. So why are we learning about them in a class? Number 4 is ancient history. If it's ancient history, why are we wasting our fucking time with it? Don't we all have enough going on today? Why don't we do future class where we worry about our fucking futures? Number 3, I'm giving to algebra because I have never, ever had to use y equals mx plus b, ever. So why did I waste years of my life? 2, I'm gonna give to PE because they didn't teach me jack shit in there. They just made me pissed off. And I'm just like, you know what? You didn't train me. You gave me a fucking headache. And finally, number 1, I'm giving to the devil himself. Calculus.
I hope you've just seen this video. You've seen how the guy was mad. I don't know why, but he was very mad. Let me show you this. I hope you remember. Most of us have taken these subjects and we didn't understand why we took those subjects back in our senior high level or our junior high level. This is the diagram of a cockroach. The diagram is showing the different parts of the cockroach, the internal organs, their names, the exoskeleton, the wings, as you can see, the thorax, the head, the abdomen. It's even showing the digestive system of the cockroach and also the nervous system. If you look at it very well, you will see that. I know some of you remember this diagram. You were made to study this, to draw this in your senior high level or at your junior level. You drew this and you were very angry and you did not understand why you are drawing a cockroach or the different, the internal organs of a cockroach. And this is the life cycle of a cockroach. So this diagram actually depicts the growing cycle, the transformation, the stages where the cockroach passes through before it gets to its maturity. So here you can see it starts from the egg, grows into a nymph, and then to an adult cockroach. And then when they are adults, they are ready to reproduce, and then they lay the egg. They are ready to reproduce. When they get to the adults, they are ready to reproduce. They mate, and then they lay the egg, and the egg go through the cycle. Within a couple of days, the nymph come out of the egg, and the nymph grows into an adult cockroach. So it keeps on going. That is the cycle. So why did I show you these diagrams? I actually show you these diagrams to refresh our memories. I in particular know very well that I studied these subjects back in my senior high, my high school level, and I know some people also studied it in their junior high level, and whilst we were studying these subjects, we thought it was useless. We did not see the use or the reason why we are studying these subjects, and we missed out a lot. Other than that, some people would have been experts in terms of insects, in knowing the various types of insects, knowing the ins and the outs of insects, being specialists when it comes to insects, how to control insects, and everything they will know about insects, because they perhaps enjoyed that subject, but because of the way the subjects were being taught down, they might probably be discouraged, so they might lose the interest and divert their talent or their passion into something else that they are probably struggling in right now. So if you are someone like that, I will advise you or encourage you to go back to those subjects that you really liked whilst you were growing up, whilst you were in SHS, whilst you were in your senior high level or in your junior high level. Go back to them, study it on your own free time, and improve upon the knowledge that you might get out of it. Okay, so now that we've seen some of the subjects that we studied, this subject was probably in science or biology or integrated science, and some people didn't like it. We didn't like it. We studied it because we felt obligated or forced to study it. We did not study it with passion. Some people, we had the passion, but we were discouraged because we did not see the importance or the use of these subjects. I fall in this category, and I know I am not the only one. Now, I am making this video to shed the light on some of these subjects. You know, the reason why we study some courses or subjects in school, in our preparatory levels or our primary levels. The reason why we study some courses that we think are useless. The subjects, actually, I would like to iterate and correct that some of these subjects are not useless. They have their purposes. So the number one reason why we study in our preparatory or primary levels is to build an interest in our minds as young children growing up. It is to help us, build a foundation of the career path we will choose when we become adults. But unfortunately, this foundation were not strong because of the orientation that we had. Okay, so the number one purpose why we study these subjects is to build the foundation or the base upon which we will grow or choose a career path. All right, that is the number one purpose. So don't ever get it in your mind or listen to someone that will say that a particular subject or a particular topic that you are studying in school or that you studied is useless. It is never useless. All right, have you ever asked yourself how the insecticides work? If you have cockroach that is infesting your kitchen, your bedroom, under your beds, in your wardrobes, and you go out to purchase an insecticide, and you come back to your house and you spray that insecticide in your cupboard, in your cockroach, in your kitchen, wherever you think the cockroaches are hiding or are breathing, have you ever paused for a second and ask yourself, how does this insecticide work? Well, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to use the National Insecticide Authority website to explain, to tell you what it is first, and then try to explain to you the correlation between the subjects, the correlation between the study of cockroach that we did whilst we were in our senior high level or in our formative years in school, show you the correlation why that subject was not useless. It has its purpose. Okay, let's quickly look at the National Pesticide Information Center website to see how insecticides work. It reads, insecticides are pesticides that are formulated to kill, harm, repel, or mitigate one or more species of insects. Insecticides work in different ways. Some insecticides disrupt the nervous system, whereas others may damage their exoskeleton, repel them, or control them by other means. Alright? The one way that I would like to touch on is the respiratory system. As you saw earlier in the diagram of the cockroach showing the different parts, if you don't know the positioning or how a digestive system of a cockroach looks like, or the respiratory system of a cockroach looks like, how can you then design or formulate an insecticide that will work effectively or efficiently in controlling or eradicating the issues that we have with cockroach? And by also keeping in mind that that insecticide will not cause harm to other animals, or humans around. There is a study of insects, that is entomology. Entomology is the study of insects. That is the deep dive into the study of insects. That is the high educational level, that is university, master's, or PhD level. All right, you study that entomology and you come out as an entomologist, that is a specialist in insects. That is, you know the ins and the outs of insects, how they reproduce, there are different types, the condition, the climate in which they reproduce, everything. Every information you need to know about insects, you learn them there. But what we learn or what we study in our formative years, that is our primary level or senior high level, high school level, or or JHS, junior high level, it is the basics, it is a foundation to give us an idea of a career interest in terms of insects. The people who taught us these subjects also did not do a fantastic job. They did not give us the purpose or the courage to continue or pursue some of these subjects. So I am making this video to shed light on some of these negative comments about some subjects that we studied in school being useless. It is not useless. It is wrong. It is wrong to parade around posting on social media about a subject that is supposed to give you an idea, that is supposed to direct you or introduce you into a career path, and you come out and say it is useless. It is wrong. There is a child out there right now studying or reading or drawing that cockroach. You are supposed to encourage that guy, because one day that guy or that child will become a scientist, a specialist in cockroach, a specialist in insect, an entomologist that will come out with ways of controlling these insects so that they don't cause harm to us. So, by saying that, if you are a parent, if you are a brother or sister or a friend, and you know someone or your child is in senior high level and is studying some of these subjects, share this video with him. Show him this information. Share this information with him. Show him this video so that the interest that he may have on a particular subject, he or she will not abandon it and go and do something that they are not interested in, or they are not interested in, or they are not passionate about. I'm focusing on cockroach because it is the obvious subject that we studied in school that we did not know why we studied it whilst we were studying it. There are other subjects. There are other topics in other subjects, such as mathematics, finding x and y. In metrics, there are other subjects in physics. There are other subjects in biology, like amoeba. You know what they will ask you, what is amoeba? Amoeba is a shapeless microorganism. And whilst we were studying those subjects, we also didn't know why we were studying it. It didn't make sense to us. So I'll be making subsequent videos on some of these subjects. So if you like this information, share it with someone that you know that is currently studying, that you think should listen to this, so that we can stop discouraging other people because you failed to understand the reason why you studied that subject. Does not mean you should discourage other children from also picking up interest or career path from this subject or preparation that we had, or formation or foundation that we built in our junior high or senior high level. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share, because by sharing this information you might save someone interest from being dilapidated by some of this negative information. This is the video that should be going viral, not the one that people are saying some subjects are useless. No. So my next video is going to be the mathematics subjects, where we are asked to find x, and the reason why we find x, especially the metrics or coordinates. Look forward to that video. It will come out very soon. And if you like, follow, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.